Go back to the feeling, don't you, that just like a good boxer, they just kept Chelsea where they needed them to be, really. They didn't seem troubled.
They played in second gear. I mean, second gear. I mean, this is a semi-final of the Cup. You just go out in a blaze. I keep on saying this is not like a League One or League Two team coming to the Emirates to keep the score down. They've got the players to mix it with Arsenal, in my opinion. In my opinion, they got the players to go. And they didn't have a go. And there's ways of losing. If they'd have lost this game 3-0 and, they had shot after shot and Kepa was brilliant in goal and they sort of broke like that 3 times on him, you go, well, yeah, that's the way it is. You see Fofana there, he played well, but he's crying. He's probably crying because he knows it.
An opportunity missed.
No, of course you will. As a player, you'll be in that dressing room after and think, didn't give it a go. I played in games like that and you come off, you think, we just got beaten and we... not even really.
If you'd have turned up today, Paul, you didn't know the score, you'd have thought that Chelsea were winning.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought
you'd have thought Chelsea were winning. The way that they're playing this game, they're ending up sort of playing it 6 at the back. They're playing it cagey. They're going to try and hit them on the counter-attack if possible. That's how the game looked. And I totally get what his plan was, but I honestly think comes to the point in football where sometimes you've got to take emotion into a game. It's a semi-final. You've got to throw punches. You've got to take chances. Having 2 shots on target in a semi-final is not good enough. It's overthinking tactics. I think you've got to have a go. You've got to throw ballers into the box. The last 2...
And the plan went horribly wrong.
Well, in many ways, that was a perfect night for Arsenal. Look, the fans are right on top of us here, and we talk pre-match about nerves and stuff. It didn't feel nervous, did it? It felt quite calm.
Yeah.
The fans felt quite calm, and then they could explode into joy on 90+7 minutes.
Yeah, I think if you were to analyse the performance of a lot of the players, I think they did. You could sense they felt a little bit nervous. I saw Declan Rice give the ball out a few more times than he would normally. Zubimendi in midfield. We never really saw Eze on the ball enough. I mean, Gyökeres hardly touched the ball, but they didn't have to do a lot, because they were comfortable. They had a great shape, and that's what Arsenal do. They're probably the best in... Fair enough to say the best in the world at it. They're so hard to beat, especially here. And the last 2 games they've had, considering they was very edgy against Manchester United, against Liverpool, I thought they handled it pretty well. Certainly defensively, they handled set pieces, but they never got that bombardment that we expected. We thought at some point it was going to come on top, and that was going to be the master plan for Chelsea, but it just never transpired.
I mean, that actually is the big thing for Arsenal here, isn't it? If you take their last 7 or 8 days, they've got a 100% record in the Champions League. They've gone to Ellen Road and won, and they're now in the final of the League Cup. What a brilliant 7 or 8 days to respond to what people were accusing them of before. Yeah,
and because their squad's so good, it's so strong, and they do everything right. Everything's right. They don't panic. I mean, as Jamie just said, the midfield 3 weren't great, but they played against a very good midfield 3, Casado and Santos. And I thought Enzo was wasted out on the left in the first half, playing on the left against... Probably one of Arsenal's better defenders in Timber. I just find they wasted time. But fair credit to Arsenal. If you'd have said, after they got beat by Man United, this was going to happen, you'd have took that every day of the week.
And I think over the 2 legs, we'd have to say, and they deserve it, don't they?
I think so, especially the first leg. I think if Chelsea got anything out of this game, we'd probably be ruining the chances that we missed at in the first game, because I think we could have easily won that 4-1. But any means necessary for me. If this is how it's going to be to the rest of the season, we can nick games and get points, I'll take it, Poogs, because it's by any means necessary. You've got to win the games.
And we saw what it meant to the players. I mean,
absolutely. You saw Declan.
Rice,
you saw him.
Yeah, he's played 2 European Championship finals. He's won the Conference League with West Ham to play in a club final at Wembley. We saw what it meant to him there.
But it should. That's why you do this. And they deserved it over the 2 legs. And I thought they defended superbly, effective. That's what Arsenal are. They're very effective and very efficient, and they didn't have to do anything. If they kept a clean sheet, they were through tonight. And when Chelsea had a go, then they become efficient and take their chance, and they did.
At the risk of Lee Dixon running down these steps and vaulting over here and saying, what are you talking about? You play with the best Arsenal defence of all time, of which Lee was very much a part. 20 clean sheets for this team, this defence. I'm not saying they're up there yet, but they're beginning to put themselves in the conversation about one of the best Arsenal defences,
exactly, without a doubt. And what helps that is actually going on and winning things, because that defence, they won everything. Obviously not the Champions League, but they won everything domestically, and rightly so, because they were magnificent. I think that this defensive force, they're brilliant as well. But again, it will all be judged on what you end up getting for it, Poods. But 20 cleans, that's amazing. That's brilliant.
And to have played in front of them, let's say, you were a midfielder, play in front of a defence like that, what does that give you as a player, as a midfielder, as a team, the knowledge of what's behind you?
You're never worried. Because even if tonight you're not firing or it's not quite working out, or Chelsea throw a formation change and you're a bit shocked, if your team and your backline has ability to keep a clean sheets win you championships.
You know what?
That's the bottom line.
You know the thing with it is, Kaz, I remember playing in that back five with a goalie as well. Martin Keown's got to throw his name in, otherwise he'll dig me out. The fact is that you knew that if you scored, you're probably winning that game, and that is what this team's like now. Obviously, the last few games we've let in a couple of goals, silly mistakes for our own calls. We cause it ourselves, but in the main, Poods, when you score, you're probably going to win in a team like that, with that defence.
Because Chelsea, quite rightly, as we expected on the hour mark, Estevao came on, Cole Palmer came on, then Garnacho came on. So there were some big hitters. Chelsea tried their absolute hardest, but they got to about 24 yards out, and they needed somebody to be able to bend it in the top corner. They couldn't unpick the lock any closer, could they?
Look, this Arsenal team has lost once here this season. There's a reason. Look, and when Chelsea obviously went for it and put bodies forward, this was the time then when you become efficient. When you get your one moment in the game, you make the right decision, it's 3v1, and Havertz comes on and rounds the keeper. Game over, job done. Thank you very much for in our cup final.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Really pleased for Kai. You know, he's coming on and scoring like that. You know, he's had his problem with the injuries. Hopefully we'll shepherd him through them, because I think that he's another one with big moments. Same with Eze. I think his time's to come, and I'm never going to give up on Victor in respect of the rest of the season. There's moments to be had. Kai just had one there to get us to the final. And, you know, as long as that continues for the rest of the season, I'm happy.
Mikel Arteta won the FA Cup 6 years ago. Arsenal haven't won anything since, but they're in the League Cup final.
This time with your boyhood club, firstly, what does it mean to the team?
Yeah, it's so important. We've been working so hard, and I think when we're putting in performances like this, it's what we deserve, and yeah, for sure it's an exciting time.
These are the moments you come for, aren't they? Just enjoying these moments with the supporters?
Yeah, 100%. They were with us throughout the whole game today, so when we've got a stadium like this, it's very hard to play against us, and you can see it today. We enjoy it, and it's an important victory for us.
Yeah, and your teammates might need to call on your Wembley experience now.
I'll be honest, this team is so good, we're so strong, and we're so confident as well, so we trust ourselves, you know what we got, and we're going to keep pushing.
How good did you have to be tonight? And I don't know, maybe how different a match was it than you expected? I guess Chelsea won down from the first leg. Maybe you expect them to come sort of roaring at you, but it wasn't like that, was it?
Yeah, it was a bit different to what we expected, but we knew we had to adapt. We knew that there would be different types of games within the game, so I think we adapted well. We done what we needed to do, and we fought well.
And we know you have this in your game, but was it important to you personally to show the other side of your game today, like discipline, hard work, trucking back, all those things that, again, I know you've got?
Yeah, of course, that's what's required at this level, and especially in a team like this where everyone knows their role so well, so I'm just happy to do what I can.
Were you absolutely chomping at the bit when you knew you were starting?
Whenever I get an opportunity to play, I want to do my best and work hard, and yeah, today I was given an opportunity and I done what I could.
And how much will it be in your mind now? Like, I don't know, was it 5-6 weeks? Fight for your place, get yourself in that starting 11 for Wembley.
Yeah, I think that's always the aim, regardless of when in the season. There's so many good players here, so you're always working to be in the team and to play and to get minutes. And yeah, for sure, that's what we do.
Well done.
Nice one, man. Thank you.
Cheers,
there we go. Arsenal through to the Carabao Cup final. We'll find out tomorrow whether Manchester City or Newcastle join them live on Sky.
What's happened in terms of transition moment when you're trying to get back into the tie. But Arsenal know they were in for a game today. Over both ties, I think there were clear improvements from the first leg to the second. And yes, it's painful to lose. You want to go through. And we just need to keep making improvements, which I'm seeing.
Is the regret simply then the first leg?
Yeah, regret. Well, the first leg, I'm not making excuses. We had an illness go through the camp on the day of the game. We had 4 players missing in that game, and I'd been in for 3 days. So I cannot fault the application, the intensity, the fight of the players. And what we need to do is remember, this is the start, really. And I'm really, really happy with a lot of things I'm seeing. You want to get the results. But we need to make sure we rest, we recover. We have another game in 3 days, another game after that in 3 days, then another game after that in 3 days. And we have to make sure we keep improving as we go.
Well, we said he was very calm and sensible, and that's a very calm and sensible response to the 2 legs, isn't it, from Liam Rosenior?
Yeah, I think so. He's obviously disappointed and frustrated. Obviously, you're in it 0-0 until the very last couple of minutes, and you're thinking,